Rocco's back. Rock Logic's in the building. We here. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. It's crazy. And I know we're all amped up. Once again, it's the real discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, Robin, special guest, Amani P in the house. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I got you. Make sure you share the show. Hit the chat room. Let me know you're around. And I'm back. Last week we didn't come on, but this week we're back. The real discussion is back. We're back. Sorry, y'all. Y'all were texting. Y'all all like, yo, where you at, Rocco? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Okay, this week I'm back. I'm on. Last week we had to be off for a little while. I had to revamp a little bit. Had to work some stuff out, work out some kinks, and get stuff going. Got a couple of new things going on that I want to talk about. That's really crazy. Couple of things. And showtime in about 5 minutes. My man Gary Fax went outside. Don't be bumping into the camera. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of this thing and then we're gonna get it popping. Everybody stay calm. Make sure you share the show, by the way. Let's keep that moving. Keep that energy moving. Once again, it's the real discussion. Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, Jeff, Robin. Whole thing's happening. Word. It's all going down. What else I got in this box? Oh, yeah, there you go. There goes Mike Jones' song right there. We're going to let Mike Jones go for a minute. I got 4 minutes on the countdown on the box. Once again, if you're in the chat room, say hello. Let me look at my multi-stream. If you're in the chat, say hello. Don't just stalk out.
After that, they start the stripping. Then I'm tickling with my licking. Then I'm hitting. Yes, I'm mixing.
Big shout to Stop Lying. Stop Lying in the house. Like, stop lying. Hello. What's up, Stop Lying? Word up. And once again, if you didn't know, now you know. We have been monetized on Facebook, so if you want to give up some bread, all you got to do is buy some stars. Buy some stars. You know, I like to see the stars. I think 50 stars is like, I don't know, what is it, like a 99 cents or something like that for 50 stars? Yeah, come on, stop messing around. Send me some bread.
I'm done with this blunt. I'm gonna have me some fun. Yeah, having your bitch tap a run. I'm gonna have her do some things to think that I'm the one. While I'm sucking.
All right, Mike Jones. Let me get a mic check in the room. Gary Fax.
1 2 1 2.
Amani X.
I'm here.
There you go. All right, we're gonna get it going. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a couple of things today. I got a bunch of stuff. Let me turn your headphones down because I'm sure everybody's loud. Because I like mine loud. Let me turn y'all down a little bit. Get everybody set. And all right, we're gonna hit the button. Ready to rock? Let's do it. Once again, it's The Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, my man Rocky D, Jeff, DOA, big shout out to DOA, and big shout out to Robin. We got a special guest hosting tonight, straight out of Farrell's Academy. Imani Pierce is in the building. What's up, Imani? Imani's in the house. That's how it's going down.
Hey, I'm from Brooklyn, though. So
Brooklyn's in the house. Right now in New York City, it's 76 degrees. It's partly cloudy. Guess what? Listen, man, don't let your July 4th get ruined for you, because I know it's going to be raining this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can barbecue in the house. Maybe you can put up a tent or something and you can barbecue. But don't let the rain deter you. Now, July 4th is going to be nice, but you know what? You go to work on the 5th. So who wants to get drunk on July 4th and you got to wake up in the morning on the 5th? You know what I'm saying? We got to do our thing either that Saturday or that Sunday, because that Monday I am recuperating from the weekend. And we got a big weekend ahead of us. Actually, we got a lot of things we're doing. We're going to do a barbecue by the house. We're going to do a barbecue by the house. I think I'm going to have to do it in the backyard because I got the canvas in the backyard. So we're going to do that. We're going to do some steaks and stuff. We're going to do that whole deal. We're going to get that going. What's up, my man? Oh, salute John Smith. And that is my man, DJ Supreme in the house. So it's going down. Also, big shout out to my sister-in-law, Shireen. What's up, Shireen? She's like, yo, Rocco, come to my barbecue on Saturday. No doubt we're going to stop through. I'm going to bring over my man, Barry B. DJ Storm's going to come in the house, and we're going to do all that, so I got you. Thank you for the check-in. It is The Real Discussion, and once again, I apologize because for 2 weeks, I wasn't on the air. And I got a lot of flack for that, so I apologize for that. And I'm going to hit the button, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, and bang. Word up. So once again, welcome to The Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, Jeff, DOA, and Robin. And we have a special guest host tonight, Imani P, coming in with the female perspective this evening, to talk about things. So that's all good. And we got a lot to talk about. So by the way, so it's been a big week. So I got a couple of things going on, right? Number one, okay, it's crazy. I acquired a new table. So I'm getting a new podcast table. So I got it. I got to pick it up with the U-Haul on Wednesday. So I don't know if we're going to be on next week because I got to take everything out. I got to bring this table in. It's a big wooden table. It's beautiful. And I got to drill holes in it and stuff. I'm going to try to have it ready for Friday's show if I can. So when, we're going to take the arms off and I'm going to put everything kind of on stand so you guys can kind of do that thing. Keeping the headphones. And then I think what I did was I priced out some monitors that everybody can have their own monitor instead of me just having the one monitor up here. So all of you will be able to see what I see on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So you can stop looking at the screen and we're all turned over like that to see the screen. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do a little revamp. We're going to be a little revamp. So God bless me with the ability to get a new podcast table, and we will have that in by Wednesday. Me and Mike Jones and Nick, we're going to pick that up. This week was a pretty busy week and pretty much a blur. Did a whole bunch of CPR stuff, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things going in the news, by the way. We have that R. Kelly thing that went down where he's getting 30 years. You got the new gun laws in New York City, which is incredible, and you also have the abortion situation, which is interesting. You know what I'm saying? So they're worried about the shootings. No, they're not. Wait, they're not worried about shootings, but they're worried about abortion. So they're giving people guns. That doesn't make any sense. But we'll get to that. Big shout out to Asia Johnson. Asia Johnson, if you don't know, was a very, very dear. I can't say she was a friend because she was too young to be a friend. She was like almost like a stepdaughter. You know what I'm saying? And she's the young lady who got killed on 2nd Avenue. I was just going to talk about that. Over there on 96th Street. And me and her mother used to ride the ambulance together. Lisa Dessort. Lisa. Yeah, we rode. She was actually the person that allowed me to do my first ride along when I got out of EMS school. Wow. Right? And then she became my partner later on. And we actually delivered a baby in Brooklyn the first night that I was on the bus. You told me that. Yeah, the first call was a baby, and that was January 1st, 2011. So I always remember the date because the date is 1111. You know what I'm saying? So, and unfortunately, for whatever the circumstances are, someone, killed her daughter And I saw the name on TV, and there's only one Lisa Dessort in New York City.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh my God. I'm like, hold on, what's up? And then I saw, and my older daughter, Sade, used to go and braid Asia's hair for Lisa. So, big shout out to that. That was a hard 2 days.
Yeah, that was,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been a little off with that shit since it happened, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was out by Lasers and we were doing some stuff. I just hadn't really been myself, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, like I said, when I met her, she was probably like 10, 9, 10 years old. She was a little girl. So unfortunately, big shout out to that. So that's been what's been going on in New York City. Amani Pierce.
Person.
How you doing, Amani? What's going on?
I'm well. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So before we even break into what's happening, let's tell the people what you do and who you are.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm like, did the audience merge? I don't know. So I'm a high school history teacher. I've been doing that for the last 8 years. Did it in 3 different states, but also the part of me that I've been neglecting, but I've been getting back to, is the writer, is the entertainment, the journalist. So I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. A lot of stuff. Writing cartoons.
You're right.
Some
Yeah,
coloring books
can we talk
coming
about
up.
Can we talk about the cartoon?
Yeah.
What's up with the cartoon?
So it's called Me, Myself, and I, Asia. It's based in Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant, right?
Uh-huh.
Stomping grounds when I was growing up. I'm from Sheepshead Bay, but all my family's from Bedford-Stuyvesant. Yes. Sheepshead Bay don't really have the culture I was looking for to put in the story.
Oh, there you go. Talk about it.
Yeah. So it's pretty much, a 14-year-old girl going to high school, figuring life out. And then, she has a whole bunch of friends and family. But the thing, don't want to get too deep into it because we're still developing and negotiating.
Right.
But the thing that is really important is, there's not a lot of outlets for kids to reflect on.
Gotcha.
And Asia will be that, but with that Brooklyn feel. So I'm excited about that.
So here's a quick question. So is it, because I'm sure, as you know, Ludacris, he's done Karma's World.
Yes.
And obviously that's doing very well with Netflix. So clearly there's a market,
Yes.
for that type of cartoon.
Yes.
All right. So you're definitely onto something there.
Yeah, she's doing a thing.
But I think, what I think is really special is that like a lot of cartoons are really like ambiguous as far as location. Mm-hmm. But if you look at Asia, you feel New York.
Okay.
And I think it's besides from like Wayne Head, right?
Yeah.
PJ.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing this generation knows about. Like it really gives that brown, like she's on her brownstone a lot of times.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely,
Okay.
Big shout out to my man Anthony Wright. Black Door Enterprise in the house. What's up? Whoop. Black Door Enterprise in the house. That's not all. Gary, what's been going on with you, bro?
Oh, my week is cool. I mean, let's see. We have Bobby T's, his billboard is still up in Times Square. It's up for another two weeks. Mm-hmm. His video's been doing very, very well, which has features by yours truly here, MC Sticky.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some good things happening with him. I just want to give, I guess, condolences to a good friend. His name is Mitch Faulkner. Mitch Faulkner was he was a legend in black radio, especially down in Atlanta. So he unfortunately passed away. I believe it was Wednesday.
Wow.
So outside of that, everything else has been cool. Just been
Fair enough.
Yeah. Just been catching up on what's going on and stuff like that.
Yeah. Stop Line says big up to Baba T. Karen Brewer says, hi, everyone. I'm not stalking. I'm doing my floors. Yeah, right. You're stalking.
Clap it up for that.
Yeah, we clap it up for the stalks. Listen, I love stalks and I love trolls. You know what I'm saying? If ain't nobody stalking me or trolling me, then I feel like I'm failing at my job. You know what I'm saying? So a few things came, and I think I want to get into the abortion thing because I know you can't stay all night. And so I think I want to delve into that immediately. And in the chat room, if y'all want to talk about it in the chat room, how you feel about the abortion thing, this Wade versus Roe reversal, then y'all could absolutely kick in. Now, here's my question. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they forced this thing through, and we have the new justice coming on. What's her name?
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Okay, and she is a what? Is she conservative or she's a liberal?
She's a liberal.
So is she replacing a conservative? or is she replacing another liberal?
I think she's replacing a conservative, if I remember correctly.
She might be replacing a conservative. Yeah.
Okay, so which means that would change the court back to its original format.
Actually, what Biden's going to have to do is try to expand the court. Now, if the Democrats take back, if they get at least 52 senators in November, 52 is the magic number. So if they get 52 senators, then they could go and expand. They'd have the votes to expand the court without Manson and Sinema trying to mess things up.
But what I'm still trying to figure out is, if she's taking the new seat, does that change the dynamic of the court? Because right now, the court is conservative.
Well, yes. You have 3 Democrats.
It's Ketanji, Sotomayor, and Roberts. Is it Robert? Roberts? I think it's.
Hey, if you guys know the chat room, I need to know. And Karen Brewer said, I put my stalker hat on. Yeah, baby, be the stalker. Be my stalker.
So,
yeah.
So
that's that. Because I was kind of curious when I see that she's coming in, or is the court going to still be conservative when she comes in?
Because you have 4. Because it's
So you have Stephen, right? Breyer, that was appointed by Clinton.
Right.
Then we also have Sotomayor.
Right.
And Eleanor, that was brought in by Obama.
Okay.
So we have 3 right now before
she comes in.
Yes.
So when she comes in, that makes 4 conservatives. I'm sorry, 4 liberals and 3 conservatives. Is that accurate?
No, because it's
Clarence Thomas,
Clarence
the drunk boy, right? The drunk beer boy. That's 2.
Right. That's Brett Kavanaugh.
Right.
Amy Barrett.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
John Roberts.
But
he came in through Bush.
Okay, so that's 4 conservatives.
And Judge Ito. Yeah. So you got 5.
5 conservatives?
Yeah, I think it's.
No, I'm mixed up.
Are you saying before she comes in?
No, when she comes in, what's the makeup gonna be?
Yeah, it's gonna tilt a little bit. I think she's taking over for a conservative.
Yeah.
So you will have about 4 conservatives, and then
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to get it together. If you know what's happening in the chat room, let me know. Tasha says, "Is Gary wearing a T-shirt?" Yes, Gary's actually wearing a T-shirt. He doesn't have on a jacket today, y'all. You know what? We might have to go on a holy roll on that one because Gary is not wearing a jacket. So my thing is, and you guys can feel how you want to feel about this, I don't really think that the abortion thing is about black people. And I'm not even talking out of the side of my ass on this. I looked at the map and I looked at the facts, and white women disproportionately get abortions more than black women actually do, and minorities, right? So, but
it's also because it's more of them too.
Right. But then if you look at the states where it's happening,
Midwest and Southern states.
It's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at where it's happening, right? With the states that are banning abortion.
Are you trying to say the redneck states?
Yes, the redneck states.
Basically,
right?
Yeah.
The big West states. They are getting abortions more than actual African Americans or minorities, for that matter, right? So I think that this and it's not even like I'm making it up, because then there was a woman that went on and thanked Donald Trump in front of Donald Trump and said, "Thank you for saving white lives." She said it at the podium. It was on the news.
I know. Yeah.
So what I'm saying about it is, I don't agree that you should take the rights away from women and their bodies, but I do understand what their motive is. Their motive is not to actually take away women's rights for abortion, particularly white women's rights for abortion, right? They're trying to keep their race in existence. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you look at the demographic by 2040, 2050,
yeah,
you're going to have, it's going to be minorities up, majority down by that time. On top of the whitewash, right? Or the blackwash.
The blackwash.
Of interracial mixing,
A lot of that is going on, bro.
So,
Yeah.
so when you
And we do have the dominant gene.
then we have a dominant gene. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys ever heard of Reunion Island, but I was on Reunion Island when I turned 45 years old. It's in the middle. It's off the coast of Madagascar, and there the French were there, and they had the slaves there, right? And the French were white people, and the slaves were, black and Indian. The white people are gone. They don't exist. They don't. They actually got washed out of existence. So everybody on the Reunion Island, I know it's crazy, but everybody on Reunion Island, they're either dark skinned or they're light skinned, but there's no white people at all. You got people Gary's complexion with blue eyes and straight hair. Like the mix is crazy, and that happened over centuries. So I don't know. How do you feel about this abortion thing? I'm just sort of,
I think,
and have your opinion. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I am a woman with a uterus, right?
Right.
Some things that people feel they might not agree with me. I think, they talk a lot about pro-choice, right? Pro-choice don't start at the clinic. It starts with when you lay down with someone. That's how I feel, right? I mean, there's a lot of different moving pieces for this. A lot of people talk about, separation of church and state, but it's very hard to separate the two. We see that in society.
Right.
I don't agree with abortions, right? Okay. But there are situations where women are, they have situations that their bodies, it sounds like I'm coming in and out, but
no, you're good.
They have to, make the decision if it's going to be the baby or them, right? Like life-changing situations. That's very important. You should definitely have that opportunity to choose.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you really cannot tell no one what to do with their body. You can't.
Right.
Because they're going to find a loophole, right?
I know. I'm creating one right now. Listen, Rocco's on the case, y'all. Listen, y'all think I'm crazy, right? Here's the deal. This is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. All right? I'm going to fix this whole thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do is I'm going to lease or I'm going to buy a tour bus, right? Right? And I'm going to put an abortion clinic on it. But I'm going to get like 4 rooms, right? And a recovery room. And I'm going to drive right to the border of the state that is illegal, and all they gotta do is cross the border and get on the bus, bro. And we can perform the abortion on the bus. And I have a recovery room ready to go. What do you think? You want to invest in it? I know you don't because you're against abortion, but I'm just saying, I think it's a good idea.
It was always the men coming up with the most weirdest crap. I tell you. He's smuggling a whole bunch of pregnant women across the border. That's what he's saying.
No. I'm stopping at the border. And then they can come if they feel like they need to, because it's their bodies. New York is really liberal, but that's far for a lot of other people. No. I'm going to drive right up to the border of North Dakota, right? Because I think the state bordering it's legal. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go to the legal state, and I'm going to park by the border with the bus. What do you think? What do you think?
They can step right over the line.
They come across the line.
Well, there's a lot of people talking about the men need to get snip too. So you have that on your bus?
Bet. You know what? You see, this shit's developing right now. I love it. It's developing.
Oh my God. He gonna get double the audience.
Word. We got the vasectomy bus and we got the abortion bus. Son, brilliant, brilliant. This shit's coming together. It's coming together now. I know y'all think I'm a little wacky, right?
Oh, I see it now.
It's going to be great. Listen, I'm getting investors and everything. We're going to get the snip bus, right?
Not the snip bus.
Nah.
He going to have a scissor on it.
Yeah. Listen, I got my logo and everything. You know what I'm saying? You did it, we read it. You know what I mean? Like, I have my whole thing going.
You're going to be up there on the bus like this.
You did it, we read it. I got the whole thing planned out. But I know you're like, he's bugging. But,
it's a very sensitive topic, especially for women.
But let me tell you something about this. What I'm saying to you is already happening. I know.
Oh, yeah.
No, I saw it on the news, and they're making Winnebagos with abortion clinics on the Winnebagos, they can park at the border.
I believe it.
And do that. And that was on Channel 7 News the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like now, because they can't get an abortion, they've birthed an entire industry now.
Of course. Yeah.
Now they've birthed mobile abortion buses.
Mm.
Like you said, there's a loophole.
Yeah, it is.
So that, let's tell me how you feel.
I think that
everyone, they go to the chat room. They're like, "Oh wow!" They're like, "Good point." My man's like, "Wow, you wildin'." I'm like, "Yeah, listen, invest in me." That's all I'm saying. I need about $4 million.
I mean, I think.
But sorry to cut you off.
Right.
But being Brooklynites, right? Little Brooklyn history. Talk about Brownsville, right? When they talk about Planned Parenthood,
Yep.
Brownsville was one of the locations that originally set it off, right? And the thing about it is Brownsville was not always a black and brown spot, right?
That's
Like
true.
the real Murder Inc. came from there, but it was always a poor location.
Yes.
So I think that's very significant too. So, even people talking about in the chat, like, they're doing it to help their own and stuff. Like, at one point I was like, maybe it's a moral compass thing, but the more you see it, it's like, no.
Well, see, I think that, listen, I feel that, a woman has a right to her body, right? You can't, like, if her and her partner,
There's an interesting question in the chat room that you said that, and I'm just going to shoot it at you. Question: does a body in your body make it your body?
It's a part of your body.
Well, that's a woman's see. Like,
A woman asked that question in the chat room.
Well, if it's I would.
And what's really interesting about that? Like, they talk about how, like, science, they're able to see, for example, if you're pregnant, right? And say you're pregnant with a girl. They talk about how the baby already develops the eggs inside of them. So, some people say, like, oh, you have 3 generations inside of you when you're pregnant, right? But that is, like I said, it's a very touchy topic. And I think at the end of the day, it boils down to personal conviction,
I agree with that. What do you think, Gary?
I think that, well, one, I mean, a woman has the right to, her body and what she wants to do. Now, when it comes, understanding abortion is a very touchy subject. If she gets into a situation and she wants to talk with her family, her doctor, her partner to come up with whatever the decision is, then I totally agree with that. But I think when you have, if there's when you come up with a law saying that you can't do that, I think that's a major problem. And unfortunately, what we have in this country is politics, political ideology. They drive a lot of these laws, right? Instead of laws being created for everyone, so to speak, right? You have, these political ideologies that are driving some of these laws, which tends to make people come farther apart, right? Look at this whole Roe versus Wade being overturned. It's practically dividing the country.
I feel like the country already been divided.
But I mean more, like
But let's deal with something, right? Because let's talk about morality. Because abortion is about morality, right? And I'm not going to pile everything into one thing, but the court also ruled that coach can now get his job back and he can pray on the 50-yard line. Remember, they fired him for that, right? So then you also have the court that's saying in Florida that you can't say gay in school, right?
And you can't teach about it.
About it, right? How do we feel about that? How do you feel about it? I don't even want to answer. How do you, right?
I'm like, you about to set me up.
No.
They were like, yo, whoever this is, get her off. First day fired.
No, you gravy right now. Cause I know that I have a very strong opinion, right? And Robin was a very strong character, right? So she knew, so that's why I would always kind of go first, and she knew kind of bounce. So I'm getting you comfortable.
Yeah.
Not that Robin's gone. Robin's doing some stuff. But what
don't worry, y'all. Yeah. They get me up out of here.
Nah, what I'm saying is, how do you feel about that? That you can't teach or say the word gay in school?
Well, my thing is this: why we gotta bring sexuality into the kindergarten class? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is definitely something that kids will encounter, but I don't know if it needs to start then. You know what I mean?
Right.
It is a very complex. Like the abortions is a very complex situation,
right.
And now we look. A lot of people feel in society is kind of everywhere now. Like, kids are having these mentalities about just being hypersexualized and things like that. So it's like, when, I don't know the answer, but when is the right time to introduce them into that, right?
Okay, so here's how I feel about that, right? She says, there you go. Yes. Hey, what's up, Mandy? Mandy from Australia. What's up, man? You in the house? Yeah, let me turn on mic number 3. We got 4 people in the house for sure. Mandy says, "Oh, she's like, where's Robin now?" She's like, "Robin Mitchell, yeah, Robin. She's on furlough for a minute because she's doing some work stuff." Stop line. I agree. Let the kids be kids. And here's how I feel about that.
Right. Let the kids be kids.
Let's just put it what it is.
Why they have to worry about that at 5 years old?
Right.
I
Exactly.
just don't understand.
Why am I? First of all, why is school hypersexualizing my kid? Let's start with that. You know what I'm saying? I was not a hypersexual kid. You know what I'm saying? When I grew up, I didn't even, and I experienced sex relatively early, at 13, and at about 10, I saw a what do you call that? Playboy magazine.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. But so
I got a story, but go.
So my cousin. Right, we're in Canada, right? So my cousin goes to the newsstand and comes back with like Playboy or Hustler or some shit, right? And he's showing me all these pictures. Now, I'm 10 or 11. I can't process this shit, right? So he's telling me about the birds and the bees, right? So he's like, "This is how babies are made," and I'm like, "So you're saying that my mother did this?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my mom did this shit.
And there's a few of y'all here, so she did it more than once.
Right, and I was like, egads, right? I was aghast, right? And I never forget it. The shit was so shocking that I had an asthma attack, right? And I told my mom, I was like, "Yo, cousin Wally showed me, and do you do that? Did you do that?" Like, I was all fucked up over it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's wrong to hypersexualize our kids in school, but we have to also understand something. We live in a hypersexual environment.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Everything's happening.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but at the same time, you see it in cartoons, like you said, you see it in cartoons now. You see it all over, but I don't know if they talk about as low as kindergarten starting that conversation. I don't know if that's what needs to be done.
Well, I mean, look, I think that when we were growing up, there was, none of this stuff was being hypersexualized, right? When we went to school, we didn't have any of these, I guess, issues. As how Rock was saying, like, I remember when I was, 11, I stumbled upon in the attic, my stepdad had his Playboy magazines and books and stuff like that. So that's how I learned about,
Yeah.
But
the horny stuff.
Yeah. So every now and then I would sneak up and go look, but I never took that and sort of went and spread it to my friends in school.
Because they had their own pile.
Right, but I'm just saying now, because of the way technology is and things are so open.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we had, we had parents who watched over what we did. Now with technology, all these kids got iPhones and Android phones. They got their own laptop.
They definitely.
So God knows what they're looking at online when mom is sleeping or dad is sleeping, or if there were one parent in the household. So
They better put that kitty control on.
But the kids have it. Why? Because the parents, because me as a parent.
Hold on, wait, stop. Who is this? Who are you? You just come walking in the room talking and shit.
I know, because y'all don't have it here. Listen.
I know, what's up? Big shout out to Heidi Z. Heidi Z's in the house. What's up, Heidi?
I'm good. Sorry for being late. Traffic Bronx on a Friday, especially holiday weekend. You know how that is.
I know what's happening. So what's going on? Go ahead, talk about it. Go ahead.
You're saying that with the kids, nowadays, especially like when we were growing up, we had structure.
Yeah,
when we were
people,
growing up with parents. Now you look at, of course, the kids today. Like I said, if I had a child today, I would not be having my child with a laptop that young or a cell phone, because even when I was raising my son, no, MySpace was out. You were not allowed to be on MySpace. You were not allowed to play video games. Your focus was school. That was your job. That's because the way I was raised with structures and values and that. So, sorry, but that's just me. But kids, it's up to the parents. But it's up to the parents. If you expose yourself,
let me deal with that.
To this.
Okay, all right. So we sit now. I think that the iPad and the phone really is the new TV.
Yeah, for
Because when I was
occupied, yes,
because when I was a kid, they sat me down in front of the TV.
But
also
don't pay attention because I've seen kids.
And then you grew up in a house with one TV when everybody was watching that one TV.
Yep, after dinner or whatever, right?
Yep.
You was watching the Cosby Show. Or
We're not dating y'all. Exactly.
All right, hold on. Did you really say the Cosby Show? Really? What? Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. No, maybe you're okay.
No.
I'm sorry, but that's my generation. My generation was Good Times.
Good time. I'm about to say Fred and Sanford.
Batman. Good Times. I love Lucy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
See, she was trying to help you out.
Mine was Family Matters.
She was trying to help you out.
I know she was. It's all right. That's what happens when you're 55, baby. I gotta embrace that shit. That's when we only had like 5 channels, right?
But I think the common denominator between the coach that's praying, the schools teaching about sexuality and then abortion, a lot of debate is it a win for. Some people say, is this a win for the kingdom? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like all the stuff that's going now. Like somebody brought up a point that I never thought about. They were talking about like in the Bible how Jubilee is every 50 years. And they made a comment saying that it's been 50 years since Roe Vs Wade, right? So a lot of people are having this conversation like, is this something that, is we talk about politics and church being separate, but it bleeds in oftentimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and I'm not a conservative, I'm very liberal, but I do think we need to pull the fader back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Based on what I'm seeing, based on the shootings that are going on, based on the fact that, a lot of moms are trying to be friends with their kids and not be moms. You know what I'm saying? The hypersexuality on TV, the subculture.
I blame
that's
the 80s.
Always.
I'm not saying I blame the 80s. Because after that generation, and if you pay attention to those that generation that was raised by the crack era and everything, and you look at them with their kids, that generation right there, you see them smoking with their kids, hanging out in the clubs.
But they lost a generation of parenting.
Yes, they did.
Because a lot of the parents, not all, but they, they had their own stuff. They was raised by grandparents that was old enough to tell them better, but not young enough to enforce it. So you do have that gap in that, right?
Yes.
So a lot of the parents now are 80 babies.
Yes,
good point. You know what?
Yes,
That's a very good point.
Clap.
All right.
Yeah.
So now
I was the last of the 80s, 89.
Right.
But my siblings, they have kids, and I'm looking like y'all need y'all behind tore up because we could have never.
And Lazy Ladies from MOP, he says the fathers are missing.
Yes.
And the fathers are missing.
Very true.
The fathers are missing, and that's the yin and the yang.
And then also what I find really interesting is seeing how masculinity and femininity is interpreted by younger generations or even just society now, right? Like people are having new ideas of what roles a man and a woman should have. Does it come together, right? So it's a lot of different changes that are in the home that was different maybe 20, 30 years ago.
Right, I agree. So let's deal with that, right? Not that I'm a male.
We're dealing with a lot today.
Yeah, not that I'm a male.
We're dealing with the whole transgender thing because I don't believe in that transgender with sports and women. I'm sorry, I'm against that.
Right. But I will say this,
So you're not going to Dwayne Wade's house if you have a party for his son.
And listen, some language must be easy because YouTube would be like, stop that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I will say this, that there's no shame in it being, this is what a man is supposed to be and do, and this is what a woman is supposed to be and do, right? As a basic function, right?
Equal.
A man is a hunter. He goes out and he gets the money, right? Or he goes out and gets the food or the whale, right? And then he brings that back to the woman. Let's deal with what it's supposed to be,
What it's
right?
supposed to be,
Yes.
Right? And then he brings the food to the woman and goes, woman, prepare the food, right? He does the work. Now, let's translate this to society, because I know you're all like, nigga, what you talking about? Hold on. With that being the basic concept, and then you modernize that with the working woman, if you keep that basic concept that the man is the man and the woman is the woman, your children will do better. If your woman is trying to emasculate you, right? is trying to be more than you or be more man than you, listen, kids ain't gonna respect that shit.
But where do some women get that from too? That's a whole nother conversation, right?
I mean, they some of them get it from their mama. Some of them get them from the fact that they didn't have fathers in their lives, right? So they become that. You can't raise. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. I can't raise 5 girls by myself.
I agree.
Because they're gonna be 5 boys. You understand what I'm saying?
Like a woman raising 5 boys. They're all gonna be come out masculine.
They're gonna be a little.
And that's the importance of having a 2-parent home because you balance it out.
Balance it out.
You know.
You balance it out.
And even in the 80s, we see, you can't stay in the house with the mom to get the apartment and all that stuff.
That's right.
It's a lot of stuff I think society right now is dealing with, right? That's rising to the surface.
My man.
Single parenting now. The percentage is so high now in percentage, even with single dads. There are a lot of single dads now too, and single moms. So the percentages are high in that.
Right.
No.
So you need that, and that is the destruction of society. The destruction of society is that nobody wants to get married no more, right? We got the same sex thing going on. Nobody wants to get married.
And the women want to be too independent.
Right, want to be too independent or be a man.
And the men want to be taken care of. Some of them. Not all of them.
No, let's deal with that.
No, this new generation. Not the old school. Y'all will work. Y'all know how to fix a toilet when it breaks.
First of all, I agree with that.
This new generation want to be the men be on TikTok doing all that. No, go get a job and stop wearing a bonnet.
Right.
I'm sorry.
But hold on, let me deal.
All right.
Because I got to deal with that because you're right. Because the younger generation, they're not men because they weren't raised by men.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
So they want to be taken care of.
So
they were raised by a woman.
Because they were raised by women. Because the fathers wasn't there.
There was a presence.
The fathers wasn't there to show them how to be men. So when they get with women, they're looking for a mama. You know what I'm saying?
They try to date older women.
Right.
I know a couple of 30-year-olds, dating some 40 and 50-year-olds.
Right, because they want a mama. They don't want a woman. They don't want to work. Right? They want to just... They wanna
be on their 2K all day.
Right. They want to be there playing video games and corny shit.
They want to be on the 2K, not the 4-1.
Big shout out to Heidi. You know what? I'm gonna get spiritual on that shit. Hold on.
But what we're saying is, we're not saying that men are not still being men, because they definitely are. And I don't want people to think like this is like, independent, let's bash them. Not at all. There are men that are still doing a good job doing it.
No, there's no doubt. Big shout out to them.
Percentage is low.
And that's another thing. Where are women looking for men?
Right.
But so there was back in I think it was the 80s or even early 90s. There was a lady by the name of Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She basically talked about the feminization of black men, and a lot of stuff that's happening now or in the last couple of years. She called it.
Yeah,
she called it.
What's she called?
And for what our kids. The way our kids are being and the way they're dressing, a lot of stuff, she's like, look, when we were growing up, you never see guys with their hair twist, right? With clips in their hair.
No, just Jerry curl.
And it was the thing about, remember when the earring came out, then it was, when it came out, you would thought they were gay or something.
Yeah,
and the men got their ear pierced. You remember that?
Wow.
Like there's so many things
I remember the ear piercing.
Yeah, then some people sometimes think if a guy wore one, had one when it first came out, they were kind of, on the other side.
I had one too, but it wasn't no homo. I mean, it wasn't on the other side.
But that was the perception.
Yeah. I was going for like Mr. Clean, like a sailor.
But now they're talking about the hoochie daddy shorts.
And then it was, you were in the gang.
And they what's those rompers?
For men?
Yeah,
they have them.
Like who the hell?
Don't go too hard, Gary. But
I'm just saying, what the hell's going on here? So
Blame Billy Porter.
When we were growing up, but that's what I'm saying. When we were growing up,
but those shorts look like the basketball shorts y'all had in the 80s, the hoochie daddy shorts.
In the 70s, it was really more tighter.
Nah.
You bend over, your name, zip code, and address is out.
wow.
Hey, now you get the swing of this shit.
It's time for me to go. You out of control, Rob.
Now you get the swing of this shit. There you go. So yeah, that's so crazy.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. Now you're getting how to work. Now you understand how this ship rolls.
I see.
But I don't want to stay on that because there's something else I want to talk about. Before you guys.
Whose phone is that's not?
Is that Heidi's phone?
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
that's your phone.
You like Heidi. So, what I want to get into a little bit of, because I know that we're on this conservative thing, and once again, I just want to say, some of the things they're doing, I'm kind of with it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not against. You understand something? I'm not against anybody. I'm pro good ideas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pro my beliefs. That's all it is. So some of the things they're doing, I agree with. I don't agree with the abortion thing. I agree with the guy should be allowed to pray at the 50-yard line. I agree with the fact that you shouldn't teach sexuality in schools. I agree with those things. Those are my values.
Why you don't believe in abortion?
What? I didn't say I didn't believe in abortion.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you didn't believe it.
That no. The fact that they're taking away from you guys, well, not us in New York, but across the country, I don't think that that's fair. I think that you should be able to do what you want to do with your body. I think you should have the option.
What about the debate when people be like, when does a human being start? Because spiritually, people say before you ever was made, right? But then some people be like, at 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. And
the
you know what?
spiritual people say once that egg is right in there, that's already life.
Well, they say before, right? Because it says in Psalms, 139, I knew you before you was in your mother's womb, right? So somebody, I think, asked the question, like, is that baby in your body, body?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's the deal, right? And this is how I feel about it. And I think it's based on an individual thing. If you get pregnant or you get somebody pregnant, and you're right, it should start with the mate that you choose, right? That's really where it begins. The mate that you should choose should determine whether or not you want to even deal with this shit with the possibility.
I did that. I said, hell no, I'm going stuck with this nigga here for 18 years.
Correct.
Hell no, I'm sorry, it ain't going to work out.
But I will say this. I would rather that the person or the people that may be involved with people that they don't really feel like they should be with, that an abortion should be, the option. Because then what's on the other side? The other side is now you with somebody you don't fucking like.
But
right?
what about the people that parents was about to abort them but didn't? Right?
Oh, listen.
Like Fred Hammond's story is really inspirational to me because his mom went to get an abortion for him, but they found later it didn't take, and he was still in there.
That's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yes, if you look at his story. So even Nick Cannon, I don't know if that's a good example because he procreated everywhere, but his mother was going to abort him, right? So, sometimes I wonder, like a lot of the problems we have.
The world would be different.
Did we kill the answers and the babies?
Yeah, and you know what? That's powerful shit.
That is very powerful.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
go ahead, give me some praise on that.
I gotta give her praise.
Give me some praise on that.
Hold on, I gotta give you the whole thing.
Not the two-step.
There you go.
No, but and that's the thing, right?
You get that, yeah.
But and you're right. Like let me hear your thoughts. I want to hear it from a man. No, seriously, because
Jared, come on.
Some people really we don't know what we're getting rid of, and some people talk about there's adoption, there's other answers. Right. So I don't know.
I mean, I think that when it comes down to it, yes, the decision has to be made. But if who knows what we could have found with those babies that have been aborted? Who knows? Right? I mean, maybe one of those babies could have solved, I don't know, cancer or, whatever world problems. And I think that's something that we would never know. But I'm saying that when it comes to making the choice, that choice, I think that a woman and her partner, a woman and her family and a doctor, y'all make that choice, right? So for a law to come in to say, well, you can't do that, like, I'm totally against that. I'm totally against that.
So I'm looking in the chat room right now, and Stop Lying says, I want to know what happens if someone becomes pregnant from the R word, and we can only say the R word. The R word, we can't use the whole word. We can't use the whole word.
Now, there was a Republican in Colorado and one in Florida, right? Both of them basically said that that's acceptable.
What, to abort if you were?
No.
The R word.
The R word, right?
That was acceptable there.
No, if if a woman got involved, had the R word happen,
Right.
or the I word,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
they still got to go through with it. And there was two Republicans that actually said that. Now they're trying to sort of cover it up. I'm like, obviously, pregnancy is a very emotional moment for a woman. Now, when it comes to the I word or the R word, that's deeply traumatic.
Yeah.
Right? And you want to put a woman through that, or you want to put a young woman through that?
You know what? I actually know someone that was a product of that.
You know who?
I want to
Eartha
hear
Kitt.
that. Who?
Eartha Kitt.
I heard about that too.
Eartha Kitt was a product of that, and that's why she was giving up and stuff.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? So this lady, she's Native American, not gonna say her name, but we was talking about that because she was a product of the R word. And she said in her culture, they're taught that the baby chooses their parents. So she said, really interesting, Native American culture. So she said, her knowing that she was a product of the R word, it really, was something for her to process, right? Because that's their belief. Like in their belief,
this is the deal.
The baby
you chose, yeah.
The baby chooses
so
the parents.
when did the baby makes the choice? At what age?
Well, that's their spiritual
Their
belief,
spiritual belief.
right?
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying all Native Americans, but it was this one specific,
like that.
Yeah.
But I thought about that. I said, that's so deep. And, she's in her, I think her late 30s, maybe early 40s. And she actually has peace with that. She said that she learned, over time to find herself through that, right? But once again, that is a very touchy topic. And at the end of the day,
Right.
Interesting.
yeah.
Very interesting.
And I'm going to leave it here because, I got to go.
Yeah, I know. Listen, Amani, listen, first of all, I want to thank you for sitting
No,
in.
I love this. I come back.
And hanging
Thank
out,
you.
you know what I'm saying?
Put a praise on.
You didn't get fired, all right? Let's give him some praise.
You need to get a phone after Flex bomb. Give him glory. I give him glory. Look at him. He's just out of control. Out of control.
I got you.
You made me forget my ending point.
Yeah, now, so what were you saying?
I don't remember.
You loved the joy. You enjoyed coming here.
I did enjoy coming here, but I
Big
think
shout out to Michelle Marie. What's up, Michelle?
I think I said something about like that. That's a really unique journey, and at the end, I think I kind of remember some of it, right? Wow. And the thing about it is, we have to understand, and when they was talking about the civil rights movement with the laws, Martin Luther King, he said he worried about the moral fiber of the country.
Yes.
Laws can maybe prevent action, but it doesn't change heart. Right.
Word.
That's true. That's true. That's deep.
Yeah.
that's true
So
shit.
I would just challenge someone to sit with that, right? Like, what is everything that's going on right now in the world, right? Not even just this, but everything. What is the moral fiber we are seeing, and how did it get this way?
Yeah, you know what? I'm messing with that.
Yeah.
You know what?
That girl's smart.
I tried just a little bit. If people teach me if they trust me to teach their children, so I will hope. But thank you for having me.
Absolutely. That girl went to college. She went to college.
And she graduated.
College.
I was to college. I'll say I'm that
She did all
smart.
right, man. I got it, dear. Thank you so much for hanging
Thank
out
you for
with us.
having me. I
You know what I'm
hopefully see you
saying?
soon.
Let me just go to commercial real quick
All right.
because we're going to switch up a little bit. Let me just do that. You know what? We're going to let DOA go because DOA's not here. So I'll play his skit while we switch out everybody. All right? And he is up. There we go. DOA.
Look at this shit. I'm tired of movies talking about, Lee Daniels this, Tyler Perry that, Oprah said this. Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of you and your punk ass boy talking about who should headline this and for who. Nobody gives a fuck. D.L. Hewlett is a good friend of mine, talking about his sexuality. Your motherfucking boy is suspect than a motherfucker. I'm sick of this shit. Nobody cares about who's supposed to headline. Let me say something. America, when we did the Kings of Comedy, we shook the motherfucking world. So I remember, once for the Kings of Comedy, it wouldn't be so motherfucking Queens of Comedy. Talking about DL open up for the Kings of Comedy. How the fuck can he open up for the Kings of Comedy when he's a motherfucking king? I'm gonna tell you one motherfucking thing. The next time you and your punk ass boy keep complaining about this motherfucker, and you can get your punk ass boy I don't give a fuck. Next time you keep talking all this bullshit, I'm gonna take a hammer and slap the fuck out of you motherfuckers. Then I'm out this motherfucker.
And we're back. Yep. Woo, and the chat exploded. There you go. All right, we love that. We love when all that happens.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, big shout out to Amani Person.
Amani did excellent.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
I
did a
liked
good job.
her. Oh, she's so smart.
She held it down. Very, very, very intelligent. She actually she was a journalism major also. So, she knows her stuff. And she's
history teacher.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, nice.
well, and journalism, right? History, journalism, and something else she does. And then what happened was we ended up incorporating her into the Farrell's Academy podcast. So we incorporated the journalism class into that whole thing that we had created.
Excellent.
You know what I'm saying? So we did that. Give me 2 seconds. Let me swap out right here. Right up. I'm put on. So Heidi.
Yes.
Here's the thing that I want to talk about. Because you seem very excited about this next subject. Right? She's like, what? Oh, that's what we're talking about? She's like, I know this shit. Okay.
I was just talking about it yesterday.
Yeah. So this whole
surgery.
this whole R. Kelly thing that happened. Now, I just want to be fair in the conversation. I'm not really sure about, like how it all went. So maybe you can.
He got 30. Well, he got sentenced.
So tell me about what
30
happened.
He got sentenced to 30 years. Okay, that's the main thing I know, because I ended up in a conversation with a couple of ladies yesterday, and we talked about he should have not got that many years, but a lot of the parents that basically entertained that and collected money for their kids and all that they also should get time. People that were around him, people that allowed these things to happen.
But he got 30 years for tax evasion, right?
No.
What he got 30 years for?
For child molestation or
trafficking.
sex trafficking, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, he should have got that, though.
But see, here's so.
He should have got 30 years.
So-
Think about it. See, I don't think he should have got 30 years, but also, remember, he's also a product and a victim of child abuse himself.
Yeah.
He child molestation.
Yeah.
So he was mentally, even from a young
Right,
age,
right.
because he's a grown man who likes little girls.
Right.
He never grew up.
Right.
He was molested at a very young age by two people and by two family members.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people allowed this. Come on, Aaliyah's mother had took money. Allowed this. What about all the other parents that knew their kids were there when the money ran out?
I mean, I'm only going to say this.
I think the parents need to be charged too.
I think if there was a menu,
because what
based
the hell
on what
are you
said,
doing getting money for your child, leaving your child with a grown ass man?
listen, based on what you just said,
So what is our?
if there was a menu, R. Kelly gets 30 years for that shit. That's all I'm saying. He gets 30 years.
Listen. Okay, so
Listen.
I'm
So
not.
why Jerry Lewis or Elvis Presley didn't get 30 years or charged, and they married 15-year-olds? Think about that.
All right, because they married him.
15. You're marrying a minor.
Listen, they were honorable men. They made honest women.
You're funny. So listen, I think. Listen.
Listen, Elvis made an honest woman out of Priscilla.
15, he married.
It's like, he didn't just use it and pee on her. He married her.
Well, R. Kelly pee on Aaliyah. He
Right,
peed on
right.
another somebody else.
Right,
On
right.
Sparkle's what, cousin or something?
Listen, I think,
Go ahead, Gary.
I think that, you know, with R. Kelly getting the time that he did, I'm not against that. What I am, because what I remember from early in those days, there were a lot of people that was around him that allowed that to happen,
Yes.
right? And
Managers.
my biggest concern, and I think I said this before on the show, his manager Barry Hankerson. Barry Hankerson knew all of that stuff was happening, right? He knew all of that stuff was happening, and if you're an artist manager, you're supposed to kind of
He needs jail time.
regulate shit. But Barry Hankerson is married to Gladys Knight.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, all right. So what y'all are saying is, it should be that he's an accessory.
Barry
An
Hankerson,
accessory.
yeah, you like
it's supposed to be. Like it's supposed to be.
Like, he's the
Nobody
manager.
intervened and said, yo, this is wrong. Why are you doing it? No, everyone allowed it that's around him. There were yes men around him and allowed it.
You can't tell me that Barry Hankerson didn't know what was going on when R. Kelly was
Let me tell you
basically
something.
at
You
the
knew
height of
that
his
there was like 6 chicks
career.
in there?
Hold on for 1 second, right? All right. Let's say that you are
Okay.
doing wacky shit, right?
I'm doing
And you my man. You my man. I'm like, and they know I'm your man, right? And they arrest you on the wacky shit, right? And they come to me and they go, did you know he was doing the wacky shit? Guess what my answer is?
No.
No. It's done. You gotta build a case. I gotta be involved with you with the wacky shit. If I stay away from
Did you watch Surviving Kelly?
What about it?
Oh, because
What, Surviving Kelly?
what was it? What was Surviving R. Kelly? You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah,
got
yeah.
brain concussion and
Yeah, yeah,
stuff
no,
like
go ahead,
that.
talk
so,
about it.
You know, because look at all those women that came out. You know, the
Right.
parents, and a lot of them knew stuff. They knew things.
Right.
So everyone should be held
All right, so let's deal with
accountable.
that.
But why?
Once you admit that you know it, you're an accessory.
That's what I'm saying. All those
And
people.
you should go to jail.
All of them.
I agree. I totally agree with that. You should go to jail too.
I'm
But
just
I don't
saying,
think. I don't think. I'm not trying to soften the
You know,
blow.
for Sparkle to sit there and say, you know, she knew that her niece or whatever was, and this was happening. What did you do?
They were all cooperating.
All right then.
There you go. Stop lying. That's what man he said. Little Rock. I don't feel like people shouldn't be tricked into a crime, and you pay for it. Listen, if you're R. Kelly did a lot of bullshit. There's no doubt about it.
And there are a lot of little fast ass girls at 15 too.
Absolutely. And
Very fast.
but whatever. You know what? If they fast, you know what I'm saying? And R. Kelly had sex with them knowing that they're fast, it's still a crime.
It's still a crime because
So now you have to ask yourself. Now that we're kind of defending the situation, right? So let's really get down to the nuts and bolts. And I'm in the chat room with this shit too. If it was your kid at 14, would you feel so liberal?
my kid would not even be around it.
No. I'm saying if it happened.
If it happened, see,
if
I'm a
it
different
happened-
type of, if it happened, I find my kid over there at R. Kelly house. I'm gonna go be R. Kelly ass.
Okay. So how do you feel about these other kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, Gary, if it was
But
your
that was
kid.
on the parents. A lot of
If
the
my-
parents allowed this.
Right,
That
but-
they knew they were collecting
listen.
money.
Listen, and I get that part. But even with, I mean, do you still think that he shouldn't get the jail time because they were collecting money?
He's
Because there's a morality.
Jail time.
I'm saying it. Like,
deserves
look.
jail time. Yes.
I mean, if he was
I'm not
paying,
against him getting the.
Yeah, I'm not against
look,
it.
I'm
because
not.
now I'm funny now. You just made me funny, right? Because I'm
He
like,
got
well,
30 years though.
if parents were giving him money, if he was giving the parents money, right, and paying them off, then they're an accessory to the. First of all,
I agree.
First of all,
course.
first of all, to me, they should have been tried for prostitution. Because that's prostitution.
Fair enough, right?
Sure
You
enough.
pimping-
I
you
agree
pimping
with
your
that.
kid out.
You pimping your kid, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I
Right.
said they need to go to jail too.
Yeah, I
the
agree
parents.
with that. I agree with that. You're fucking right. Heidi, you're right.
Let R. Kelly do 15 to
Yeah, hold
20
on.
years,
My man.
and go let the parents do time too.
Oh, the call number's not on the screen. My man's like, Little Rock, yo, you need a call number.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, all right. Give him the number. Tell him to call me.
Yeah. We don't have to scroll. Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't have to scroll up. Because you want to go on.
Because then they also charge him with rape.
That's my main man right there.
It's sex trafficking
It's
and something else.
Because rape, you know, a lot of times, okay, I get it, they'll say rape because of the age difference, underage minors. But at 15 years old, and me being a female, all right, and a lot of females, it won't admit to this. But y'all know y'all was fast when y'all were 15, 16, saying you were 18, right? So R. Kelly didn't rape these girls. They were just all in the fantasy of doing boom boom and foursomes, sixsomes. He wasn't putting a gun to their face, you know, and do this and do that. They was all down with it.
Well, here's the other end.
All right, if I go rob a bank with a note, I mean, is it still a crime? I'm just saying. Like, Rock was a nice guy. He got off with $1.5 million. Like, I mean, like, does that...
But there was grown-ass adults who allowed this to happen, too. They didn't put him in check.
And they should go to jail.
They should go to jail. They should have put him in check, too.
I think they should go to jail for pimping. How you feel about this, Chinks?
Shit's crazy. Throw them all away.
Yo, what's the number, man? What's the number?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my man stopped lying. He's like, he want to call in. So I'm going to give him the number so he can call in.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. He's like, Little Rock, I don't feel like people should be treated. Okay. It says, man,
I don't believe R. Kelly should have got 30 years. I don't care regardless.
I still listen to his music.
I still love his music. You know, it's just unfortunate the way he was raised. He was molested. He's also, you know, he was sick in the head as well. So come on. What grown man want to have sex with little girls?
I'm just saying.
You know?
Heidi, if it was your kid, would you still go, he's sick in the head, or would you kill him?
I would go.
There you go. Okay, so you stop that. Good for the goose, good for the gander, baby. That's all I'm saying. That's it. The text.
Look at the last girlfriends. Look at the last girlfriends that been with him. Okay, one of them left. Another one's still riding, dying, and still, you know, with him.
Yeah. We got. Let me see. Those girls went along with being with him too. The parents came out and cried when they think wait. The parents come out and cry when they think they are getting paid over it. Little Rock, not a dude. It's Shawnee. I know it's Shawnee. And Shawnee, you're gonna call. Shawnee, what are you doing? Shawnee, just call my phone. Shawnee, just call my phone. That's all you're gonna do. Just call the phone and it goes to the board. All right, just call me. Call me. You're gonna get Shawnee on. Because she's got perspective.
Wait, so
just call my regular number.
I can pick up. I just put the number in the chat too.
All right, and then my other number, that's in the chat. That calls into the studio too. But both numbers work. If you have my personal number, you can call me, or you can put it in the chat and you can call me, and we can talk about it because this is a hot conversation right now about this R. Kelly thing. And I'm just saying, I would kill him.
They all should have gone to jail. Everyone.
Well, look, listen.
All of them.
Sorry, I didn't mean homeboy Shawnee. Call me. Yeah, but they I would kill him.
Do you think he should have got 30 years? Well, you saying yes?
Well,
yeah, why not?
Well, look, I mean,
he didn't get life.
Well, look,
he got 30 years. What would he be? 60 when he gets out? 90?
Got to learn his lesson.
Yeah, he got to learn his lesson.
Well, look who else got about that time.
Well, he like it in the butt anyway because the girls were sticking them dildos in his butt.
Well, apparently he's going home.
He's in the right place.
Yeah, he's going home. He's going home. That's it. He's going to chill. Hold on, Heidi. You got to be easy. We don't want to crack it. We don't want to get kicked off of YouTube.
Oh, it can't be so.
But I get it. No, I get it.
But that's what happened.
Yeah, I know. And that's what
YouTube. I watched it on YouTube.
All right, good. All right, yeah, we have a very shaky relationship with YouTube on this show.
But thank you for YouTube for showing me about that going on with R. Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, nah. You know, YouTube has a lot of information, but Shawnee's gonna call me. I should probably just call and just put her on the line straight up because she has a lot to say about this subject. She wants to talk about it. She's just not getting enough off in the chat. You know, someone just boiling. There you go. Oh, wait, she came and went. What was that about? All right, hold on. Wait, hold on. All right, there she goes. All right, let's do this. Yeah, hang on for 1 second, all right? Don't hang up. Hold on. I got to put you through the board. Hold on. Yep, just hang out for 1 second. Hang out. Bluetooth. Roadcaster. Hold Hopefully it's mine. All right, hang out. Okay. Hold on, I got you. Just hang out with me for 1 minute. Y'all can talk, by the way. You don't have to. They're not going to become a morgue.
Yeah. So.
All
Okay.
right, there you go. All right.
God.
Shawnee.
Hey, everybody.
Shawnee's in the
Hey,
house.
how are you? So, Shawnee, do you think R. Kelly deserved 30 years?
Absolutely not. But the reason why I have my name in this chat is because I'm affiliated with a lot of R. Kelly groups, support groups, and I've already been to his court trials. I've been on the street marching for him. So the problem is that a lot of things the media puts out there, they only put the salacious things that make him look bad and not the things that possibly help him. And the problem with our people is that we don't look into things. We rely on the media to tell us what's true. And we already know that what always looks like it could be, it's not always what it is behind. So it's important that we all start doing our own homework and our own research. You guys just don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes. And this is stuff that I'm not alleging. It's stuff that I can show you. Right now, Boosie, the rapper, has just put up a text from the transcripts of the court showing you that Alice Clary, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Azriel Clary, which was the youngest girlfriend that R. Kelly had. She was the last one to go home. And then her parents was on Lifetime, and they're the ones who were throwing the rocks to the building, saying, "Azriel, come down." When the whole time, they already knew that she was in the trunk. So these are things about these shows. These shows are created to pull at the heartstrings of viewers. They know when to put the camera to your face when you're crying. They know how to say sadness to make you feel sorry. So that's why a lot of people start believing everything those girls are saying. But anyway, the text message that was just found out by R. Kelly's lawyer, that we don't understand why the judge didn't want it in the case, which it should have been, was how Alice was telling her daughter at 16. First of all, back it up. She called R. Kelly herself and told her that she was her daughter, and she lied and said that she's 19. She then proceeded to arrange a hotel meet with Azriel and R. Kelly. When they got there, they pretended that they didn't know their daughter was there, and they sent the cops up. Okay, so it was a setup from the beginning. After that, this is all in text. She was telling her daughter, "Let me tell you something. You better learn how to start nibbling on your fingertips, rubbing this man's back, and dancing seductively in front of him. I feel like slapping the shit out of you because he's gonna forget you. You better learn how to make him remember you." So the problem is with why we figured out the reason why possibly the judge didn't want it in the case. You got to remember this judge used to work for children and women's services. So in my mind, she was already biased. She already had her mind made up about R. Kelly. When I tell you guys you don't know how far this goes, Tim Savage is another father. He's the one who started the whole surviving R. Kelly thing. His daughter's name is Jocelyn Savage. I don't know if you guys seen the fight between Azriel and Jocelyn in the Trump Towers.
Right, Joseph, because it's Azriel. Okay, it was Azriel, and wasn't Jocelyn is the other one that's still with him? Because remember when Azriel left?
No, Azriel left, but she left because they convinced her that if she stayed, they convinced her that if she stayed, she would no longer to be here. Like they scared her. Who's going to take care of you? He's going to spend the rest of life in jail. You might as well leave. So she wound up leaving and turning on him. So Jocelyn is still there.
She's the one still protecting who's taking with jail and back and forth. Yeah, she's still there.
Absolutely.
Because Azriel kept trying to get her out of there and she wouldn't go. I said Azriel, she would not go with Azriel.
But the father called Lifetime providing my study was going on, and he told them, listen, some of these girls are not telling the truth. And the producer Dream, she told him, we know, but it's too late and too expensive to stop production. Now that right there is foul, because first of all, you guys didn't do any background checks on none of these girls. Tim Savage admitted that he put Ashanti in here, and he planted her in this whole case. And he said he did it because he wanted her to go in the house and try to convince her daughter to leave. But she wanted to fall in love with R. Kelly too.
I went back to R. Kelly when R. Kelly first got locked up. I went back to his house, took some of his belongings, went on IG Live, and started cutting his stuff up, jackets and having rants and everything. Follow the story, Rob.
All right, I do have one question, right? And I just want to ask this. I get everything you're saying, but did he engage in the activity?
Because this is what I said, that it's not okay to people to be tricked into crime. He was tricked thinking that she was 19.
I see. So okay, so he didn't know how old she was. I got it. She didn't.
The parents reached out to R. Kelly, bringing her that she's a singer.
I got it. Okay.
She didn't want to sing. The girl didn't originally want to sing, but the parents forced that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then had him thinking that she was 19 years old, and she wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, she was of age.
But that's those two chicks. But that's why I say he don't deserve 30 years.
Okay,
you know. But there's so many of them. But he did sleep with certain, young ones.
So are these the two that he's being charged with, or is he being charged?
Those are the last two that were with him.
Oh,
it was actually 3, I believe. Because remember there was wasn't it a Jasmine or something?
Which is ridiculous.
That was there, remember, because she left the house and stuff, and somebody else brought her there, and she explained about everything that was going in different rooms and things like that, and he would take the cell phones away. What R. Kelly would do, he would have these contracts and stuff and make the girls sign it, all type of weird contracts and everything. So he'll never implement, that he's guilty of anything.
Right.
That they were willingly, wanting to do these things.
Wow.
He had mad cameras in the house. He did control a lot of stuff going on. But that manager.
All right, go ahead, Shawnee.
No, my problem is with the media and the false narrative that they throw out there, and with our people that we don't check because we just love gossip. You understand? Whether it's true or not, we just love gossip. One of the opposing groups that is not for R. Kelly was at the sentencing yesterday, and when it was all over and they were speaking on the news, the girls were speaking on the news, the opposing side started arguing, and you can hear what the girls say, so what they lied, so what? And to me, that's not cool. It's not so what that they lied. Because that could be your son, that could be your father, that could be your brother, and that's why I stand in the streets for R. Kelly. Not because he's my favorite singer, because he's not my favorite singer, and I think he's a nasty old man. Older man, rather. But I can't also be a hypocrite because I was pregnant at 16 by 27 years old. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. That was in the 90s. When them big time drug dealers was out there with them flashy cars and roaches, they had me right back home and they had to come with my side. Okay, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. But my thing is, it's not okay for one to just lie, or two to just lie, and three to lie. So this man just diminish everything that he works for. Yeah, he's a nasty old freak. The things that he likes to get done in the bedroom, it's disgusting. But it's not, being a freak is not fine. I wouldn't go for it, but you ain't kissing on me. We're going to piss back on your ass. That's what we got.
I'm pissing back on your ass. I'm going to give you some of this warm heat, nigga.
Exactly. But my thing is, one lie that could finish somebody's whole career and their whole life and destroy everything that they built. Because of you wanting to have money and get book deals and interviews and be famous, or because you scorn, that's not cool. Mm-hmm. And the parents, why are they not sitting in jail with this man?
I agree with that.
Why would the judge keep that information from the 20 hearings?
Right, because that's pimping. They pimped out their kid.
Yeah.
But that was one of the charges, that he was the one seducing them.
That's where the sex trafficking comes in from.
Hold on. Ellie said, sorry, how old was he? How old was R. Kelly at the time?
He was in his early 20s.
Early 20s?
Yeah. And he was in his early 20s going to the high schools.
Oh, okay.
That's where he got the name, the Piper, whatever.
Oh, the hunter. The Pied Piper. Okay.
If you go into like little girls or whatever, why would you be asking all these females how old they are and go get an ID? Gerard Page gave them a fake ID. Now you can't expect a man. They saying that he should be smart enough to know better. No, she used the same fake ID to trick the court officers in his first trial. She got in the trial. It wasn't supposed to be anybody that's 18 yet. But she was 14 and she got in with that same ID. So you maybe illiterate.
All right, so I have there's another question in the chat, Shawnee. And the question is, how old was he and how old was the girl?
Which one?
Which girl?
Which one?
I don't know.
Justin, which one?
All right, when he was 20, how old was the girl when he was 20?
That's when, in his early 20s, that's when he was with Aaliyah.
And how old was she?
He was with Aaliyah.
And how old was Aaliyah?
15.
She was 15.
She was 15. I think he was 21, 22 when they got married.
Okay.
He was with Lisa Van Allen. He was with Beth. He was with a lot of girls.
Okay.
He was, what he wanted to be? A black Hugh Hefner. But Hugh Hefner got the guy a hero.
But Hugh Hefner didn't really, he didn't deal with the minors, though. But I think that comes from R. Kelly being molested and all that. And, there's a difference. A man likes a woman. A man don't like a little girl body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
I know.
That's some mental stuff he got going on.
Yeah, you like a little girl.
That's why that's why we don't deserve 30 years. He needs more help. He needs to do time, but not 30 years.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that.
Because they tricked him. A lot of those girls tricked him.
And those parents.
And that's fucked up.
Those parents are clout chasing.
When he found out how old she was, he sent her home. Do you know how mother drove back 8 hours to be with him?
Wow.
The daughter, with the singing. Yep.
So listen, Shawnee, I'm about to go to commercial real quick because we're about to switch up a little bit, all right?
I can't hear you.
I said we're about to go to commercial because we're about to switch up.
Okay, go ahead. But thank you for letting me call in now.
All right, Mama, absolutely. That's Shawnee. I know Shawnee since, oh my God, since she was 7 years old.
What's his name? Epstein. Come on, Epstein had the orgy island.
Hold on. Let me
15-year-olds.
Y'all just want to keep going, don't you? Hold on. All right, give me a second.
Two men, one epic battle. Who will be the 2022 state champion? Delmonico Steaks versus New York Strips, with a side of lamb chops.
Right now, we about to have a cook-off. We ain't start cooking yet, and I'm gonna smash this dude.
Yo, saw that knockout last night, right? It's about to be the same shit up in here.
Just give me the trophy. Just give me the trophy.
Let's get it.
There's a trophy for me.
Let's get it.
It's mine.
What's up, guys? What you doing?
Busting through gas right now.
Uh-oh.
Motherfucker is drunk and delusional. Chill.
We have the lamb chops, and then we have the strip steak. Big shout out to my man Prince Abu, Steinway Street, #1 butcher.
Conclusion will be, I'm taking home the trophy.
Oh, the trophy's over here. If you wanna...
Free to dream on. Free to dream on the steak off. I underestimated his skills. I felt like he was a rookie, so I don't gotta go too hard. This is fucking easy. It was like Mike Tyson, getting beat by the fat Buster Douglas, right?
All I know how to cook is steak. Let's be clear. That's all I got.
Baby, let's go!
That little bitch be dancing, throw it back up on me all night. I know she be choosing only fuck, I'm rockin' off-white. They don't understand, we got the party rockin' all night. We gon' shoot a movie, when I do it, make you feel right.
She said that she needs me, I never believe her. Talking like she wanna ride in a new two-seater. She wanna dance all night, talking about the vibes right. I'm drifting that off-white.
Cardi in my wrist, she gon' do a twist. Pass Pass it to my bro, hand up. I get the assist. This a hit, no miss. Cross her off the list. Send her home in Uber, her boyfriend, they probably pissed. Making money, dance, yeah. Do that money, dance, yeah. What he making one, yeah, I get that if one advance, yeah. Money bulging out my pockets, you know I'm equipped. Did the dash, I ran up with a heart and caught me a lick. This girl ain't too needy, she think that she need me. Only fucking with me cause she see me up on TV. This girl ain't too needy, she think that she need me. Only fucking with me cause she see me up on TV. That little bitch be dancing, throw it back up on me all night. I know she be choosing, only fuck I'm rocking off white. They don't understand, we got the party rocking all night. We gon' shoot a movie when I do it, make you feel right.
She said that she needs me, I never believe her. Talking like she wanna ride in a new two-seater. She wanna dance all night, talking about the vibes right. I'm drifting that off-white. She steady chasing after me, saying that it feels right. She just need me in her life, all I need is one night. I don't have no time to waste, her boyfriend is gonna hate. She just want me to herself, but baby you kinda late. Telling me your boyfriend lame, baby I just can't relate. Maybe you just want the fame, see me in a private plane. SRT when I'm switching lanes, hit your phone when I'm in your state. Get you wetter than a lake, put that thing all in my face.
This girl ain't too needy, she think that she need me. Only fucking with me cause she see me up on TV. This girl ain't too needy, she think that she need me. Only fucking with me cause she see me up on TV. That little bitch be dancing, throw it back up on me all night. I know she be choosing, only fuck I'm rocking off white. They don't understand, we got the party rocking all night. We gon' shoot a movie when I do it, make you feel right.
She said that she needs me, I never believe her. Talking like she wanna ride in a new two-seater. She wanna dance all night, talking about the vibes right. I'm drifting that off-white.
And we are back. New York City, worldwide. What's going on? So, yeah, Ellie said at 13, I was fully developed. She's like, okay, that's how it went down. You know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you, Ellie. You know what I'm saying?
So, she was at 15, she was being naughty.
Yeah, she might have been naughty at 15 because she was developed at 13. So, I mean, how do we feel about these gun laws, right? I mean, and once again, I don't want to hit it first. I'm gonna bounce it and see how y'all feel about it. So I'm gonna go to Chinks first. Chinks, how you feel about these new gun laws in New York City?
What's going on? Can we have a gun now? Can we walk around bearing arms?
Yes.
They passing
We
the
can.
law. They passing the law, the gun law in New York.
So you get a gun, you get a gun, you get a gun.
Yes.
We all get guns?
And we get to kill and kill and then goes the generation.
I don't know if we want to do that.
I don't know. You know what? And it's crazy because, like, I guess for New York, you're gonna have to go through an extensive background check.
Right.
Are they gonna go through like, you know, what is the paper we're gonna be like?
You
Because
already
we
got to
have
go
so-
through extensive background checks with New York. Yeah.
For a gun though, because there's no self-defense law in New York.
Oh no, stand your ground.
Is it?
That's called stand your ground. Where you stand your ground, right? There's no stand your ground in New York.
No.
Because
But
I've known cases where, you know, people have gotten 25 to life for defending themselves. You know, there's a real case that happened in '92 on the E train.
Mhm.
It was a case there. And it was an older guy, and it was a young kid who was a gang member, who was a rapist. He was wanted for all type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was young, 18, and he passed by the guy on the E train and started with him. Your wife stepped on my sneakers, son. Da 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 da. So the guy is 27 years old. I don't want no problems. I don't want, you know, that his boys come. The guy is a jiu-jitsu teacher or something like that. He beats the crap out the kid.
Okay.
The kid pulls out a gun, starts shooting inside the train station. The guy ends up with a big shot in his head, thrown out, whatever. But he ends up doing 25 to life because the kid died in the hospital a month later.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. And
And
I
he
don't
got
think that's fair. I think that's whack. But now here's the deal. I mean, now we're able to conceal a weapon and walk down the street now.
Well,
that's the new thing. Yes.
Well, the Supreme Court, they overturned New York State basically concealing prior under New York State law, you had to have a permit.
Right.
Right. The Supreme Court overturned that, where now you don't have to have a permit.
So you could just go inside a gun store and buy a gun?
Well, not like that. Not like the South.
No, listen.
You could do that in
Hold on,
Texas and
you're
everywhere
saying
else.
something. You got to be really clear about it. So what does it mean? But I'm waiting for you.
They're saying that the New York State to have a permit, New York State wanted you to have a permit in order to carry a concealed weapon. The Supreme Court ruled that being unconstitutional and overturned that.
Okay. So in other words, just to clarify what you're saying, I still have to get a gun I still have to get a permit to get a gun.
Right. You still have to get your permit.
But I don't have to have a special permit to walk around with it on my hip. Does that sound
Apparently, yes.
Okay.
What do you mean special permit? Wouldn't it be a gun permit?
No. There was the separate permit was that you can carry a concealed weapon.
Yeah.
That's a different permit. So you can have a gun permit, right? But you can't walk with it on the street. You know what I'm saying?
It got to be in the house. It
has to be in the house or in your car, or you're transporting it to a range. Right? As I understood it. Right. Okay. Now, I can just have my burner on my hip, like it's Texas.
Well, they're doing that anywhere all over Brooklyn. Anyway.
Right, everybody got that.
But now you need a permit.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So, what does that mean for me?
Does that mean that crime goes more up?
No, I think that well, it's already. So to get a gun in New York State, like legally, you got to jump through a whole lot of hoops. Like it's not like down in the South where you go to a gun show and you show your ID and you just pack, you know, and you're good.
Right.
New York State is not like that. So you want to buy a gun here, you're gonna have to jump through hoops. Now,
I think that's kind of cool for us to protect ourselves as working class people.
Right. So, but now with this, so you get the regular permit. And then you get the concealed the permit to carry, right? So now with the Supreme Court, they overturned that second permit. So so you could walk around.
Well, here's what's interesting. Tasha says, I think people would think twice about starting shit. There may actually be more respect towards each other. And I think it does make it kind of an equalizing situation.
Maybe she say maybe crime rate could come down a little bit. A lot of people, when someone comes to rob you, they think twice because now there's people.
You might have that thing on you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you got to deal with it from a standpoint like this. Look at states that everybody has a gun. How's the crime? Can you look that up? Like in Texas.
In different states.
Texas, everybody carries a gun in Texas.
Is it, I guess the crime, the death?
Now I want to know now. What's the crime rate in Texas?
Because our crime rate was high the first week in January.
Yeah, now we're ridiculous. You know, I mean.
At the beginning of the year.
I think at the very least, it'll stop the predators, right? People that just prey on other people.
Right.
I think it'll stop that. And I think regular people, like myself or even you guys at the table, you're not necessarily going to get a gun to kill somebody.
No.
You're going to get a gun to keep them off you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you might get yourself a little 25 or something small, 22 or whatever. Somebody come up on you, BAM! All right, get off of me.
Yeah,
you know
especially they come to your car and you got it right in the glove compartment.
Right.
Robbers got to find a new gig.
Did you just see that robbery with the damn kids with the jewelry store? It was like 8 of them coming running out of there.
Nah, get out of here. That's crazy.
A couple of days ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So, and if you're online and please let me know what are the gun laws in
your state.
Yeah, and also what's happening in Texas? How's the crime in Texas?
Texas, what I'm looking at, it's
crime rate in Texas.
Number 15 on the list. So they have 100 and hold on a second.
Go ahead. Because now I'm really curious.
They didn't have no massive massacres, did they?
They had something, I think, recently. They had some shit that I think it was.
Was that Texas?
I'm not sure.
With the kid that went in there and
that dude. Yeah, that was actually in Texas.
That was in Texas, right?
It wasn't it?
Yeah.
The kid
the crime rate.
The guy that went into the school. The mass murderer that went into school.
It was like 19 people killed.
19 kids, and then the police, they waited for a long time before they even went in.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not sure where that was.
I don't know what that was.
I think that was Texas.
I think it might have been. What do we got, Gary?
Texas is number 15 on the list with 131,000.
All right, who's number 1 on the list?
Number 1 is the District of Columbia.
D.C.
Yeah, DC.
Where's number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2 is New Mexico.
Where's New York at?
New York is... Where's New York? Where are we? Hold on.
For crime?
You still crawling? You still crawling?
26.
So we have the
what?
So
This is what I'm looking. So
what are you saying?
Nah, 26.
This is violent crime rates per 100,000 from 2011 to 2022.
So we're number 26 on the list.
So we're number 26 on the list.
Wow.
Less than Texas.
Wow.
Number 26 on this list.
Go New York.
All right, you know what? I'm taking that. I'm taking that. And you know what I'm gonna take with that?
I'm shocked.
So now, here's what that's saying. That's saying the fact that everyone's carrying a gun doesn't reduce the crime rate. That's what it's saying. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Because Texas, I know, listen, I went to Texas to visit a friend of mine. His name was Mac something. I forgot his name. This dude had a gun for every night of the week, and he had matching clothes for the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, rock, man.
You see all them cowboys? Oh, man. Oh, you see everybody with guns walking around there.
Yeah, so apparently that's not right. Apparently that's not right. So what we might be looking at is a surge in crime in New York City.
Probably. I mean,
because now everyone's carrying a gun.
But then also, too, here's the other thing. I think there's also there's always been a gun issue here, right?
Right, 1%.
There's always been a gun issue because,
with the youth at that.
Because there's these gun shows that happen down in the South. There's guys up here that go down there, stack up, and come up here and sell.
Yeah.
And that's been going on.
And that's how the guns end up in the streets.
Right.
These youth, and they end up killing each other.
And that's been going on since the 80s. Right. Yeah.
What do they call that? The iron pipeline or something like that? Yeah, I think they trying to shut that down though.
Yeah, look, I've known people that did that, right? Where in places like Virginia, Texas,
they go to Virginia,
Atlanta, like they have. So okay, you see how we have like the Jacob Javits Center or the MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
Down in the South, there's like, for example, in Atlanta, there's the World Congress Center, which is like our Jacob Javits Center. There's their Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is like the MetLife.
Right.
They have gun shows in those places.
Yeah, they fill it up with guns.
Well, they fill it up, and all you got to do is go down there, show your ID, and you could. And as long as you got the dough, you walk out with whatever you want.
Yeah.
A whole chunk load.
Yeah.
They sell pieces too.
Dude,
they sell it all.
So you can make your own gun. You know they got the ghost gun.
Yeah. Like actually, the governor, she signed a bill to try to ban the ghost guns here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's wow. Okay. I mean, no, because I'm thinking about getting a pistol.
Want to go?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a business owner. I think I can get a pistol.
Of course, you can get a pistol.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get my joint.
Absolutely.
A small one, cute, like small.
Listen, my friend, my friend literally has I think it's an AK-47, right, or something like that, and it's this big. He just keeps it.
With something like that.
It's a rifle, and it will shoot you like
a small rifle.
A rifle this big. And
so what did you go?
and then you be like pew! It hit you in the eye and take your shit out.
See, I need that.
Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of guns. Big shout out to my man Farrell down in. He's definitely pro gun. I mean we were all pro gun as kids, but now he's legally like pro gun. So I'm gonna go shooting. I think in about 2 weeks at his down at his range. I'm gonna go visit him in Virginia and kind of hang with him for a little while. I'm moving around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a punch out, and I have to say that. Once again, big shout out to Asia Johnson, who was killed on 2nd Avenue, unfortunately, and that I actually knew relatively well, and her mom, who was also my EMS partner. And, I mean, with a lesson like that learned from a 20-year-old, life is short, B. You know what I'm saying? Life is short. This shit.
And it's never promised.
And you're here today and you go on tomorrow, and that's kind of what it is. So, live your life, be happy, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. Hang out with good friends, chill with good people, eat good food.
And don't be hating and cloud chasing out here. Just come on, be happy.
You know what I'm saying? Don't hate, don't cloud chase, and do what you got to do, because in that situation,
you don't know when your expiration date is
and which is weird for me because she was alive the day before, and then the next day she just wasn't alive anymore. Based on whatever was happening.
That's how quick it happened.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the deal. Listen, I'll see you next week. The Real Discussion with Rock Logic. We're back next Friday.
Yep.
Yes, Heidi Z, you coming back to hang out?
Oh, I can. You
can come back. Yeah, you can come back. Come back and hang out.
So much fun.
We're gonna have Heidi Z hang out. You know what I'm saying? I think Amani's gonna come back and hang out.
There we go.
And we'll have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, and I think DOA will be back, and maybe Robin will be back. We'll see kind of how it all kind of works over the next couple of weeks or so. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna have a good time, and I'll see you all tomorrow. We got Mi Gente, Mi People.
Oh, that's right.
And
At 4 o'clock,
she is
right?
coming in at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Mi Gente, Mi People. We also
Mi gente.
we have
we
a
on the Latin thing. Can I say something real Latin real quick? For all those people out there with Candela. Okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, Candela's my man.
Candela,
Yeah.
He's still in the hospital. I'm sorry, but I am in contact with his daughter. All right?
And he's not dead.
That he's not dead, okay? And please, a flyer just came out that was posted that they was doing a celebration.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Please, people, it is not true. Share it. It's on my page, Heidi Z Green on Facebook and stuff. His daughter put it up there, but he is still alive. He is brain dead, you know, but he's still breathing. But they haven't pulled the plug. He's still living. He's still breathing.
Big shout out to my brother Ken.
Prayers.
Once again, you know, 2 summers ago we were talking about making records.
I remember that. Yes.
Right. 3 summers ago, me and him was performing on stage because part of my intro was his record. You know,
That's right.
That was part of my routine, and he came out and did it with me in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So once again, that shit sucks. Yeah. You know that's kind of how it goes, and he's deteriorated so much.
But people have been killing him already.
Yeah.
We gotta
crazy.
It's
and collecting GoFundMe.
And we got to stop that. Big shout out to Regina Patchelon.
Give the money to the kids, please. Whoever's doing that, please do me a favor. Get in contact with them and give that money to the family.
Give it to the family. And that's kind of the deal. Big shout out to the Shadow Boat Ride. Shadow Boat Ride coming on this Tuesday.
Jody, yes.
Big shout out to Jody and Shadow Boat Ride. I'll probably go to the Shadow Boat Ride on this Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's Tuesday.
I think it's Tuesday. Yes,
no, it's every Tuesday.
Yes.
So I promised I was going to go on at least 1 or 2 boat rides and host. So I'll probably do that this Tuesday. What else we got? Big announcement. Tomorrow we're doing a special edition of the One Nighter show. One Nighter hasn't been on for quite some time. So tomorrow we're actually doing a special edition with residents, and we're going to do One Nighter. I'm not sure if One Nighter will be on Sunday, but on Saturday, One Nighter will be on, and we're going to focus on the youth of Nighter.
Good.
How are these shootings affecting the youth of Nighter? Right? What's going on with you guys in Nighter? So we're going to talk about that on Saturday, and I think we're doing that tomorrow afternoon before. We're either going to do it before Claudia's show, or after. I know it's supposed to be a rainy day, but we're going to have a special edition of One Nighter tomorrow. So we're going to do that. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna punch out y'all, everybody. You know, peace, love, and hair grease. I'm gonna go home because.
Adios todo el mundo. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, this is all day. And tomorrow we got some furniture to move, right?
That's for sure. We gotta pick up a U-Haul.
Right, gotta grab the U-Haul, get some couches and a new fridge and stuff. All right, so we'll do that. And big shout out to Nia Van. She's coming to hang out this weekend with her dad. So we're gonna do all that. Once again, this is The Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, DOA, Robin, and now sitting in as co-host Heidi Z and Imani Person and Jinx. You know what I'm saying? So we keep it moving.
Yeah.